I'm Colonel Ram Athavale, and today I shall be talking to you about certain toxic threats that we are facing on a day-to-day basis. All around us there is a huge amount of toxicity, and unless controlled, unless managed, we shall be victims. There are chemical threats, there are biological threats, there are even radiological threats around us. How are we managing these threats? Where are these threats coming from? We have already seen COVID-19, which has been raging for more than 2 years now. When it began, we were relatively unprepared for such kind of a disaster, a biological disaster. We learnt on the job. And I must say that India has done reasonably well in combating COVID-19. But there are many other threats that keep plaguing us. For example, we have the toxic accidents taking place in chemical industry. We have already seen Bhopal, which happened in '84. We have seen the Vizag LG Polymers case where there was styrene gas leaking. There has been accidents taking place in Gujarat, in the south, in chemical industries, in firework industries. Why is it that we keep having such accidents? Why are we not able to manage this? What is required to be done to ensure and prevent such kind of incidents? We have to learn from all these incidents and ensure safety of our people. What are the laws? What are the legislations? What is the government structure to manage such threats? Are we really working towards that? I have tried to compile all this in my book called Toxic Portents. The book deals with chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear incident management in India. The book deals with chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear incident management in India. I have been involved with CBRN issues right from the 1995, and over the years I have gained a lot of experience in this field. While I am still a student on that subject and I keep researching and I keep studying on that, I have gained an experience in this field, and I was a project officer with the Government of India, Ministry of Home, on CBRN security for some critical infrastructures, as also for some high visibility events like the Commonwealth Games. I also functioned as a key expert with the European Union sponsored CBRN Risk Mitigation Centers of Excellence, and I was deployed in Africa, advising governments of 11 countries in the Eastern and Central Africa region on various aspects of CBRN risk mitigation. My experience and knowledge which I gained over the last 20 years or so in this field, I decided to put it down and pen this book called Toxic Portents. My fellowship research in CBRN disaster management and my PhD research in CBRN terrorism and its crisis and consequence management helped me in formulating the chapters of my book. The book, in brief, brings out what are the kinds of CBRN threats that we are facing today. It also goes on to talk of CBRN terrorism in detail as to what kind of threats are coming up as CBRN terrorism threats in all the four fields: chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear. Then the book goes on to talk of what the world has done till now to prevent such kind of threats coming up. And if they come up, how to respond to that. Then I discuss about what is ailing India. How is India prepared for that? Where have we reached? and what are the shortcomings. And in the end, I have given out my views on how to improve that and how to make India optimally ready to face threats of CBRN nature. I've discussed about high visibility events, I've discussed about critical infrastructure, I've discussed even about the psychosocial aspect of CBRN risk mitigation. This book is meant for the common people to read. It is meant for the administrators to read. It is meant for response forces to read. The aim of getting this book out is to allow and enhance the knowledge of all the stakeholders in CBRN risk mitigation. And I would like more and more people to read this and raise their awareness levels on CBRN threats and risk mitigation procedures. This book, thankfully, was released by the then Member Secretary of the National Disaster Management Authority in Delhi in July 2019. The book today is being considered as a type of textbook for institutions which are teaching CBRN risk mitigation. I would be more than happy if you all get hold of this book and read it and spread the word about CBRN risk mitigation and about CBRN awareness. It is something which we need to know. COVID-19 has proven this fact that India was not prepared for a biological event of this magnitude. When I look back, I find that a lot of things which I had written in my book and published in 2019 and recommended for actions to be taken to improve our CBRN preparedness all came true when the COVID-19 started. I pray to God we are not faced with any more CBRN incidents, but we need to be prepared. And therefore, I urge you to read this book. The book Toxic Portents, CBRN Incident Management in India is published by Which Books India Private Limited, Ansari Road, Daryaganj, New Delhi. It is also available on Amazon.in in both hardcover and Kindle versions. Do get this book and do read it. I shall be happy to receive your comments and feedback on the same. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.